About 1,000 years ago, in Song Dynasty, the imperial China was facing imminent threats from its north border, the Mongolian. Eventually, the invaders penetrated the front defense lines. Chaos and destruction rampaged all over northern China. To escape from the war, a large number of the civilian population embarked on a long and hard journey, migrating from the north to southern China. They had to cover thousands of miles on foot, crossing mountain regions, and marching towards the Yangtze River region. Among them was a clan, a large close-knit group of interrelated families sharing same family name, Li. The Li clan contained hundreds of members, if not 1,000. They ventured over the Yangtze River and reached an area that is near the border of Anhui and the Jiangxi provinces nowadays. Did they find an ideal habitation and prosper there? That's what we are going to find out. Here I am outside the Lee-Keng village. For good or bad, it's become a tourism attraction now. We are entering the Lee-Keng village now. The first generation of this village had overcome countless obstacles to settle down here. The climate, the terrain, and the practice of agriculture around the Yellow River region, that's where they come from, distinctly differ from those of the Yangtze River region here. Apart from that, due to the very limited land available for cultivation, integrating into the established communities was literally impossible. They had to explore in the wilderness and locate a promising place to start their lives from scratch. They ended up here for certain reasons. First, it had a sizable flat field where cultivating rice was possible. Between rice seasons, other crops could be planted alternately. Now it's April, you can see the field was covered with rape, from the seeds of which cooking oil will be extracted. Second, and equally important, there were mountains surrounding. Though not very high, still provide endless fresh clean water. The mountains offer other natural resources as well. We will come back to that. Water is a source for life and agriculture. With the master town plan in mind, the ancient settlers dug up channels from the bottom of the hills to collect and distribute the mountain streams into the field at the end for irrigation. The residential houses would be built along the upstream area for its clean water. For centuries, the village expanded. Many of these buildings stand strong for more than 600 years. From generation to generation, many of the descendants still live here. The world has been kept changing. Some young families have moved into cities, enjoying urbanization and modern conveniences. But others are standing firm because they don't want to live in concrete jungles, and they believe their ancestors' lifestyle has been and will always be sustainable. And they are not alone. a few city folkers have moved here to stay. Here are some of the observations I made by wandering around the village. I think the community here is very fortunate in terms of self-sufficiency. Mother Nature provides virtually everything for them. One good example is the mountains, which offer not only fresh water, but also other important things. The bamboos, for instance, they are in abundance and a reliable material for construction as well as making furniture, tools, and appliances of their day-to-day domestic life. And that's not all. The byproduct, bamboo shoots, are nutritional and delicious ingredients. This area is also well known for producing huge camphor trees, a kind of hardwood excellent for making furniture, from baby cradles to coffins. The timber possesses a unique long-lasting aroma, a scent that serves as a natural insect repellent and anti-mold agent. For that reason, they are widely used to craft clothes trunks or boxes and wardrobes. I still remember vividly that when I was a kid, there were 2 large camphor timber trunks in our house, used to store our off-season clothes and beddings. Here I'm asking the carpenter to saw a few pieces of biscuits from a camphor tree branch. I will put these chips in my wardrobe when back home. Nowadays, the artisans in the village have enriched their craftsmanship further. The surpluses left over from the timber are made into wood souvenirs and ornaments. Their skills are mind-blowing. The other impression I got is that the residents here cherish every little piece of land. Small patches of land around the houses are used to grow vegetables and keep domestic fowl like chickens, obviously for their eggs and meat. In a rice paddy, I was triggered by a movable chicken coop. Why was it there? Then I figured out that after the harvest, the chicken coop was moved to the field deliberately so that the hen could take her chicks to enjoy the abundance of exposed insects as well as leftover rice grains, so nothing goes waste. I've come to really appreciate residents in Lee-Keng village for their attitude to this world, the respect and make good use of everything nature offers them, but keep the exploitation and pollution to the minimum. This is what we call for today, green life. The journey the ancestor took to get here was epic. The early settlement structure was full of wisdom. The lifestyle the truths helped the generations survive many centuries. And I hope they will stay on this path for another century to come.